name's Ryan Conlin. I'm the second captain on the Mirage. Been on the Mirage for 15 seasons, and we're going to talk about sea bass fishing. Line selection and sinker size varies a lot. It all depends on what kind of bite you have. Up here in the Northern Channel Islands, we fish the squid beds for them. So most of the fish are down at the bottom. So you're gonna want to use enough sinker to be down at the bottom. We generally suggest an 8-ounce sinker. That's a good all-around sinker. It'll hold in current, and it'll keep you in the strike zone. Down in other areas, they fish them on tide color changes and more suspended fish. So that goes back to asking questions of the crew, paying attention to what they say, and rigging up accordingly. A good general line class would be 25 pound. I like to suggest 25 pound. It's light enough to get bit, but heavy enough where you're not going to lose your fish, or it's, you know, the fish isn't going to chew through the line. Like I said, 4/0 J hook, probably the owner Aki twist. Gamakatsu makes a good one as well. You want to get the offset J hooks. It's the best live squid hooks there are. They keep the squid on the hook really well through the bites. Yeah, and just go out, have a good time, have fun, get the stoke. Yeah, you don't want to be winding in your live squid to take it off to put on another live squid. Sea bass are lazy feeders, and that's why they nibble a bait. They're killing the bait before they eat it. I'd imagine they probably don't like getting inked in their face or having the thing suck onto them. Whatever the case, they don't necessarily prefer a live squid. So you just soak your baits. The best thing you could do is just keep your bait down in the zone where the fish are. If you're constantly winding up to switch a bait, you're taking your bait out of the opportunity. So it's one of the main things I see people miss opportunities from, always winding in to change their baits. Just soak your baits. As long as the bait's whole, it's a good bait, alive or dead. The other thing is the reacting on the bites. Let the sea bass chew on your squid. Let them eat it. It could take over a minute sometimes from the first bite until it finally eats your hook. And if your squid does anything weird, any weird jumps or slacks down suddenly or anything, you'll spook the fish. And if the fish is actively chewing on your bait and you go to swing to set the hook on it, you're either just going to pull the squid out of the fish's mouth or the hook out of the squid. Anyhow you go about it, reacting to your bites will equal a failed opportunity. And as most sea bass fishermen know, you don't always get a lot of chances. So you want to definitely take full advantage of any chance you get. And you've got to just hold really still on the bites and just be patient as you can and wait for them to eat it. And once the fish has eaten the hook, then it'll turn and your rod tip will bend, and then you start winding on the fish. So just once your rod tip loads up, you just wind on the fish and just keep steady pressure on it. Follow your fish and always keep your line right in front of you. Another thing that people, they get tunnel vision and they don't pay attention to what their line's doing, and that's another cause for a lot of lost fish. Because once the fish gets in the other lines, it's real easy for the other lines to actually pop the hook out of the fish. Or just have another guy thinks he's getting bit and swing on your fish and break it off like that. That's common as well. So pay attention to your line once you are bit, and always listen to your crew. Your crew wants you to get that fish at least as much as you do, if not more. Our industry depends on sea bass fishing, and it's a big draw, and we want everybody to catch as many as they can. So listen to your crew. Each boat does things a little different. Each bite might be a little different. Nothing's ever the same in sea bass fishing. So the boats that are on them, they know what's working. Listen to them. The way you catch them in Catalina might not be the way you catch them in Santa Rosa. be open to adjusting to that, and you know, just pay attention to the guys that are getting bit a lot. Ask questions. There's no stupid questions, and have fun. Number one thing is to have fun. Don't come out with this huge pressure that you gotta get one, I gotta get one, or else it's a bummer trip. Croaker fishing's huge for us. It's huge for us. People come from all around to come and catch these fish. They're wonderful eating fish. They're beautiful. They get big, and they generate a lot of business as far as an industry goes. And they're a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to do. I'd say without croaker fishing, this area wouldn't be what it's known for now. And it hasn't always been this good around here, but the last decade and a half, sea bass fishing's been really good, and it's generated a whole business all on its own. And you know, we're really grateful for the efforts of the hatcheries too. I think that's probably doing a big role in the increase of numbers, and you know, the regulation helps a lot as well. Always abide by the regulation. It's set for sustainability, and yeah, it's huge. It's huge. I love it.